Hi, what's up? What's poppin'? What's good? It's me, Melanie. I went to Barnes & Noble recently, you know, for those that know. I used to work there. That was literally my favorite job I've ever had, ever. Because I really like books, and I always like the vibe in Barnes & Noble, always great. With me being in school, I never felt like I had the time to like read for pleasure anymore, because like I was always reading for like an assignment or always reading for some bull. Now, out freedom. I just want to show you guys some of the books I'm going to be reading in the next month. Yeah. So some of these I've actually already read. I just really want to reread them just because I want to capture the feeling, and I want to annotate them because the first time I read them, I didn't annotate, and I want to do that again. So the first one we're going to start off with is The 4 Agreements. I actually read this when I was in college. It was for this class, best class ever. It was the easiest A, but it was the most helpful class I ever had. So the 4 Agreements, a Toltec wisdom book, talks about 4 rules that we should use in our everyday lives, because the way society is set up, we're limiting ourselves to the things that we believe we can do and can't do. This book is definitely like a reality checker. Don Miguel Ruiz, you ate. When you wrote this book changed my life. I want to go ahead and tell you all the 4 agreements because it's like right here. It's already in like the cover. The way he expands on each one, crazy. So the first one is be impeccable with your word. Speak with integrity. Say only what you mean. He putting y'all on game. Next one is don't take anything personally. Nothing others do is because of you. Don't make assumptions. Find the courage to ask questions and to express what you really want. And the last one is always do your best. Your best is going to change from moment to moment. It'll be different when you're healthy opposed to when you're sick. So I highly suggest everyone go read this book because this book literally changed my life. Next book. So I read this book when I was like 18. It's good. There's a movie on it too, starring I believe Yara Shahidi and Charles Melton, by Nicola Yoon. She's also the author that wrote Everything Everything, which is another book I love, and you should also read that. It was so good. I read that when I was like 16. It was basically about this girl, her and her family, they're being deported. And then this guy she meets, Daniel, they have like a little adventure. I'm gonna just say that. I'm also gonna say it because I don't 100% remember what happened, but I just remember it being really good, and I finished it in like 2 weeks. Nicola Yoon, yeah, great author though, like seriously. My favorite authors are the ones that like really make you feel it, and I do remember being able to feel everything in this book, and I was like, oh my god, this is crazy. Also, you guys can follow me on Goodreads. I have a Goodreads again. Oh my god, I'm gonna put it down in the description box below. Next one. I literally remember the day I bought this book, and that the way it's beat up should show you how long ago it was. It's a thickie, yeah, for sure. She's a little thick, but I remember I started it. This was a book that I always remember starting, but I could never finish. But from what I do remember, there's like a mystery that has to be solved, and it happened at the lake house. I haven't read too many books by Kate Morton, but you know, seeing if I like this one, I'm gonna check her out a little more. She wrote The House at Riverton, The Forgotten Garden, She Got a Bang. She lives in Australia and London with her family. On a summer evening in 1933, Eleanor and Anthony, I can't say that last name and I'm not gonna butcher it, beautiful home in Cornwall has been open for a grand party. But while the fireworks bring the night to finale, they discovered that their 11-month-old son, Theo, has vanished from his crib. What? I don't remember that. Yeah, I didn't get too far. I think I really got like 2 pages in the book. Despite a long and thorough investigation, no trace is found. And Eleanor and Anthony close up the house and move to London with their daughters, Deborah, Alice, and Clementine, never to return. 70 years later, Alice has become a famous author of best-selling mystery novels. She has her own ideas of what happened that summer long ago, but when she receives a letter from a young detective inquiring that unsolved case, Alice is drawn back into the past and to the truths locked away in the lake house. The Lake House is a suspenseful, multi-layered novel that proves again that Kate Morton is one of the world's most mesmerizing storytellers. Now, if that didn't pull you in, I don't know what would have. I'm very excited to dive into this book. See, because my thing is, when I start a book, bro, I really do have to pace myself because I can read books like I binge TV. It's like when I'm really into it, I can read it like I binge it. Great vibes, man. But yeah, this is The Lake House, Kate Morton, a novel. I will let you guys know how this is. So pay attention to my Goodreads. Okay, next one. This is the book that everyone has been talking about from the great Jeanette McCurdy, my guy. Okay, I'm not too far in. I'm on chapter, I believe, 16, which isn't a lot. I'm literally like right there. Oh my gosh. Like, I haven't even gotten into like the nitty gritty yet, but her just talking about her experience. This is I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jeanette McCurdy. And as you can see, nobody peeps that she's holding the urn. It's crazy. This book is like very traumatic, yes, but she does it in such a clever and comedic way. It's crazy. She knows how to hold her audience, and the way she tells her story incredibly well. There's so many parts where I'm literally sitting, my mouth is open like like, bro, what is wrong with her mom? Like, yeah, her mom was on some weirdo type joint. Like, I don't even understand how you could treat your kid like this, but I went to Barnes & Noble, and I had been looking for this book everywhere because, you know, so many people were getting scammed on Amazon where they would think they were ordering the book, but it was really the notebook. But when I walked into Barnes & Noble, they had this one sitting at the counter, and I'm like, oh my God, there's the book. And she was like, this is literally the last one, like somebody returned it. Oh my God, yeah, so I had to get it. Totally worth it though. I'm reading it, but I have a tendency to read multiple books at a time, so that's why I haven't gotten too far in. But it's so good though. It was so funny because when I purchased the book, the shorty that was ringing my books up, she was literally like, oh yeah, that's the book from the girl from Sam and Cat. And I was like, yeah, that's the girl from Sam and... Whoa, you mean iCarly? Like, you know, obviously she is from Sam and Cat, but like, it's really iCarly, you know what I mean? I just was so shocked. I've never heard a person like reference her from like Sam and Cat. I kind of honestly had forgot about Sam and Cat, but she told me she was born in 2005, so I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense, that makes sense. She was born in 2005, that's wild. I actually really don't be believing people when they tell me they were born after 2000. Yeah, I'd be very shocked. But yeah, it's a good start, it's a great start. I don't want to say it's my favorite book of the bunch. It's just really good. I literally started it like 2 days ago and I'm halfway done. I had to break yesterday. I couldn't even let myself finish the next 100 pages because I really want to allow myself to enjoy this book over time. So it is The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. This is like one of those like old Hollywood type kind of books, you know. I realized I love that theme. I love old Hollywood. I think it's so, I don't know, they be fly. Like, you know, if you don't know, I'm a fan of like Singing in the Rain and A Star is Born. Like, I think that's fly. It makes me think of like, you know, when they call things a picture, we gotta let that picture sell. You know, that's how I imagine old-timey Hollywood people be. But yeah, it's like an old-timey Hollywood thing. This woman, Evelyn Hugo, she's basically telling her story of her life through her 7 husbands, but it's deeper than that. You know, she's telling the truth about her life. You know, it's glamorous, scandalous, but when she chooses an unknown magazine reporter, Monique Grant, to write her story, no one is more astounded than Monique herself. Determined to use this opportunity to jumpstart her career, Monique listens in fascination. I don't understand how you couldn't listen in fascination. Her telling this story, she lays it out so beautifully. Yeah, Taylor Reid did her thing on this. Like, I gotta read some more books by her. As if she writing like this. Like, when I tell you, I think one day I told myself like, bruh, you're only reading for like 2 hours. Bro, I look up, the sun is setting. And I'm like, oh dang, the sun's already setting. Like, I gotta edit, I gotta do this. And I was like, well, I'll just wait till the sun sets and then I'll stop. It was 12 o'clock by the time I stopped. It's so good. So good. Like, Taylor, take my money. You deserved it. You gave me an experience. They need to make this into a movie. That's how great this book is. Can no one do it as a movie so I can do it myself? So those are pretty much all of the books that I'm gonna be reading for the next month, I guess. Yeah. Reading has been always like a bigger part of my life. Like, I remember when I was a kid, I used to read a lot. And then, you know, I started working at Barnes & Nobles and that made me read even more. And then I stopped. And you know, my life got a little sad when I stopped. But now that I'm in a point where I can read again consistently and enjoy it for the enjoyment of it, it just feels good. I low-key want to start like a virtual book club. If anyone wants to join, let me know because I really would love to start one. So if you guys enjoyed this video, definitely give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, tough titty. If you guys want to follow me on like Instagram or like Twitter, you can, and it's at Melanie B. Griffin. Then you can follow me on TikTok TikTok, which is at your girl Melly B. I'm still kind of figuring TikTok out. I know I post baking stuff up there, but I feel like I want to post more. Like post more and different things. And I just don't know what to do, but I'm figuring it out, and you can always check out my baking stuff for sure. I have a second Instagram. It's called Hooji by Mel. That's where you get the other side of me. The other side of me. Where is that from, y'all? Yeah, Hooji by Mel, love it. And my Goodreads is tagged down below. So go check out my Goodreads so I can give y'all some good reading suggestions. But other than that, I think that's it. All right, I love you guys so much, and I hope you guys have a great, amazing, wonderful, fantastic day.